Hey everybody, it's Tony George from DocSports.com on Tuesday. You know what that means? The NFL opening line report week 6, where I give you my early takes and initial reactions to the opening lines. These aren't handicap picks. They're just reactions to what I see right out of the gate. Obviously need to do a deep dive during the week. Look at those injury reports, this, that, and the other. This is viewer interactive. Leave your comments in the comments section. I will go through and approve those comments throughout the week and correspond back and forth with you. If your comments have some validity, we've got to weed out the haters, the F-bombs, and the porn sites and other websites putting their links in here. So we go through there and we approve them, hand approve them during the week. So I will respond a couple times. We get hundreds and hundreds of comments on this. I can't go through each and every one of them. I mean, I do have to handicap some games. So, nonetheless, I'll put some random ones up here. We'll make some comments. Let's go ahead. It was a 2-2 week in the NFL for me, but we did lose a top pick. I read the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wrong. I took Seattle as a 7-unit play this week. At least going into that game, their defense had convinced me they could play some ball, and they checked out. They never got off the bus. And Baker Mayfield does what Baker Mayfield's been doing all year. Tampa Bay has won every game that they've won this year. All those wins have been inside the 2-minute mark at the end of the game. There's no other quarterback in the NFL, including Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, any of them, that I want quarterback in my team if I need a fourth quarter score inside of 2 minutes. Baker Mayfield's the guy. Just the way it is. I've been saying this for the last 2 years. A lot of guys don't like him. I think he's a poor man's Brett Favre, maybe a rich man's Brett Favre. Yeah, that. Nonetheless, we'll get it back this week. Still a nice 10-4 run in the NFL. And we'll roll into this week. Let's take a look at some of these lines. And we have, I believe, a doubleheader on Monday night this week. Let me pull that up. Yes, a doubleheader on Monday night. A big Sunday night game. My boys right here. How was that last night? Talk about that in a minute. And we got a game overseas. Early morning game. Let's get to it. The Thursday night game is Philadelphia at New York. How do you both these teams off a loss? Philadelphia blew a lead. 4-1 versus 1-4. Giants 7.5-point underdog at home. Total 40.5. Let me is that still at 7.5? 6.5 now. Well, I'm not excited about laying 6.5 points to a road favorite in a divisional game. Home divisional dogs. And what's going on with Philadelphia not running Barkley at all? Where is the run game? By the way, how'd you get the Super Bowl last year? He had almost 2,000 yards. If he did, maybe a little bit over. What are you doing? I don't get it. I really don't get it. You can run the ball on New York. You lose a game against the Saints. Spencer Rattler outplays your rookie quarterback. Man, 40.5. I can't take it and I can't lay it. What are you going to do? I mean, you could only lay it if you did it. Total's about right. Denver, I think this is maybe in London. Minus 7.5 over the Jets. Total 43.5. Now it's 7. I mean, the Jets could not score on Dallas. Dallas was missing 3 offensive linemen. Brees Hall hadn't had a touchdown yet this year on the ground. Give me Denver. That's a great teaser play. Get them at -0.5, and we'll figure out another team like this one. The Rams, -7.5 over the Ravens. Tease LA down. Put them with Denver. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. 44.5. Yeah, that Denver score is 43.5. Denver could put up 35 in that game. LA, 7.5, total 44.5. Yeah. I mean, LA coming off a loss, extra time to prepare. Baltimore, who'd have thunk that they'd be 1-4? And they're not going to play Jackson. They got a bye week next week, so they're going to rest him. Cooper Rush looked like a deer in the head. Cooper Rush played a lot better in a backup role for Dallas. He did last week. I mean, LA could name the score here. Baltimore's just beat up. 44.5, that might go over. Check the weather, obviously. Colts 6.5. Here's another teaser option. Over Arizona, total 47. Zona. Oh, dude. Cost everybody in the Circus Survivor. A lot of survivor pools around the country. What an utter debacle. Just not a good football team. Kyler Murray, not an NFL quarterback. Colts are just rolling. Rolling. Save them for a teaser. Total 47. Boy, that's a tough one. You're going to have to get some balls on you and lay some points this week because I don't see Arizona going on the road and competing there. But stranger things have happened. Maybe take a look at the under, actually. 47. What do you guys think on this one? Are the Colts for real? I mean, they could be unbeaten. They outplayed Los Angeles 2 weeks ago, the Rams out there, and they had a touchdown call back, and they threw one away. The guy dropped the ball before he got over the end zone like Arizona did last week. They gave up a huge play at the end of that game to Stafford through like an 88-yard pass with less than 2 minutes left. Definitely use him in a teaser. Maybe use him as a money line pick and then put him with his spread pick for a parlay. That's one thing I do from time to time. I'll take a clear-cut favorite and I'll parlay him with a spread pick. And you get decent odds. Dallas, -3.5. At Carolina, back-to-back roadies. Total 49. Carolina plays good at home, but they need more points than that. Did this get off the hook? Did we get early money on Carolina? No, we did not. A lot of people might take the hook on that. 49 total, I'd play under. New England, -3.5. Good win. One of my contest picks and one of my premium plays last week over an overrated Buffalo team against the Saints. Total 46. How do you respond? Is that still at 3? And it still got the hook on the 3. I'd buy that hook off the 3 at -120, and I'd play New England there. I mean, they're not going to give the game away like the Giants did. Seattle, what is going on with Seattle? That last week was a debacle. Seattle, Jacksonville, Jacksonville -1, big win against my Chiefs last night. Um, Trevor Lawrence falls down not only once, but twice in the pocket, gets up and runs it in. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I didn't have any skin in that game at all, other than I had a 6-unit prop in that game to Strange, his tight end, who was their leading receiver going in that game. He had 1 reception. I had him over 3.5 receptions. Unreal. Unfrickin' real. Still pissed. But nonetheless, Seattle, Jags are 4-1. You know, you think their loss was against Cincinnati, and that's the game Burrow went out in. And they got 5 turnovers in that game and still lost. And now they're 4-1 and just beat the chiefs? Seattle's defense, what a debacle. 46.5. Over. Chargers at Miami +4. The McDaniel hot seat gets hotter. Miami blows a 17-point lead. Loses to Carolina. Look bad doing it. Chargers, what was that? What was that against Washington? I mean, Washington's a good team, but they didn't even compete. That's 5.5 now. A home dog at 5.5 in the NFL. I mean, you take a look at the Chargers. What are they doing laying 5.5 on the road? Their last 2 losses were to the Giants on the road. Miami's better than the Giants. And Washington. Give me the Dolphins. I know, it's ugly. Hold your nose. Give me the Dolphins. Cleveland +5 at Pittsburgh. Really? Pittsburgh off a bye. Cleveland coming back from London. Gabriel looked good, actually. Up to 5.5. Divisional game. Total 38. That's about right. I was hoping to see 40 on there so we could take the under. I mean, signs of life with Gabriel. But bear in mind that Minnesota was really beat up on the defensive side of the ball. Give me Pittsburgh. Tennessee +5 at Las Vegas. 41.5 is the total. Ooh. I mean, Tennessee couldn't put a point up against Houston. Allowed them 26 points. They got beat by 20. They got beat by 26 against Houston. They got beat by 21 against the Colts. They got beat by 12. 14. They got beat by 14 at the Rams and by 8 to open up the season at Denver. They got a win last week in a miracle. Raiders got railed. 41.5. Give me the Raiders. San Francisco +3 at Tampa Bay. 47.5. Give me Tampa Bay. Cincinnati, oh God, +15 at Green Bay. I want nothing to do with it, not even a teaser. Total 44. Want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do with this game. I don't do double digits in the NFL. Green Bay off just a total debacle. They put up 24-37. Green Bay off a bye week after that tie. And the game before that, they lost to Cleveland, both roadies. Um, if you want to do anything in this game, maybe take a look at the over. Detroit Sunday night at these guys. What's that line now? That can't be right. Kansas City cannot be laying a point and a half there. What? No, 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 no. We're going to go to live odds. That cannot be right. I'm going to type this in since we're being all friendly and everything. Be sure and leave your comments, your parlays, your teasers, anything that you want to tell me what you like, tell me where I'm wrong. Be sure and let me know. That cannot be right. Kansas City minus 2.5 live line at Tuesday morning at 10:20 in the morning Central. I don't care. Detroit total 52. I might play the under there actually. Buffalo minus 3.5 at Atlanta. Total 48.5. Give me Atlanta on Monday night, part of the doubleheader. And Chicago Bears at Washington. Remember that Chicago debacle last year when he was celebrating and they threw a Hail Mary against Chicago? And that really launched Washington's season. The game was over. The guy was taunting the crowd, the defensive back for Chicago, and then they throw one down there, and he ends up tipping the ball into the guy's hands and catches a Hail Mary, and Washington beats them. Minus 4.5. Where's that line at now? Still 4.5. So you beat the Raiders. You beat Dallas. You played two good teams in Minnesota and Detroit. That's when Minnesota was healthy. You lost both of them. I could only lead Washington. Totals 50 in that game. 50. That seems a little high, too. That's my look at this week's NFL. We'll have picks up on Thursday. Doc Sports, free $60. If you've never been a member of Doc's, we'll park $60 in your new account. Comes with a profit guarantee. Absolutely zero hassles. And get yourself some winners. Prop market's open. 10-4 run in the NFL. Bounce back this week. There's a couple of nice plays in there. I keep it on a very low volume basis. We may have some action on Monday. Going to be an interesting week. But especially, there were a lot of upsets in college football last week and the NFL. A lot of head scratchers. 75% of the people in the Circa Survivor got knocked out with either the Rams or the Cardinals last week. I mean, you think it's hard to pick spread winners? These 8,000 guys go out just trying to pick a straight up winner. The NFL's difficult. That's why I keep the volume low. Doc Sports, that's where you need to be. Leave your comments. I'll approve them later in the week and interact with you.